In this video, we will learn about data types. So we will understand why we need data types. So let me remind you, already I said that a program is a set of two ingredients, that is data and the instruction or operations that are performed on the data. I have shown how the program runs inside the memory. I have shown there are three sections, that is code section and stack. Okay, I am showing stack here and that is heap. So stack will contain data, that is all the variables. Then this will contain instructions. This we have already seen in previous one of the videos. Now, we are writing the program so that they perform operations on data and get some results, that is computational results. We want our work to be done by machines by executing programs. So let us understand how we work in daily life. So in daily life, we use data at various places. Like for example, the amount of bill amount, that is the total amount, or the price of some item, or your roll number, your marks, your door number, city name, your name, various things are there. This is nothing but data, right? So this data, how we use it in our daily life and what computations we perform. Let us understand this first. So I will categorize the data. We use two types of data in our daily life. One is numeric data, that is set of numbers or figures. Then we use character type data, right? Character types, or that are words or sentences or names of places, that is in the form of character. You can also call this as alphabetic type of data. So data is either numeric or alphabetic, or you can say character. And sometimes we use mix of numeric and alphabetic. Like if I am writing a door number, let's suppose 125-A, this is a door number. And this is having a number as well as alphabet. So let us consider this also as alphabetic only, though it is having numbers, but alphabets are there. Let us call it as alphabetic. Otherwise, you can say alphanumeric, right? But basically, it is like a character only. So leave it. Now, I'll pick up these two one by one. I will explain more detail about these. So let us pick up numeric. If I have a number, that is the price of some item, let us say it is $12, or a roll number of a student, that is 25 is the roll number, or the bill amount is $15.35, 15.35. So if you observe, this is not having decimal and this is having decimal. So with this I can say that in daily life we use two type of numbers. One is with a decimal, without decimal. We don't usually differentiate them. We say it's a number only. But when it comes to computers, remember that number has to be represented in binary form, right? It has to be represented in binary form. Then how do you represent a decimal? So it's a problem. So it has to be handled specially. So without decimal numbers are different and with the decimal numbers are different. So all electronic devices like computer or your mobile phone or calculator, anything if you take, all electronic devices where numbers are used, they treat these two numbers differently because there is an extra efforts required for representing decimal point number. So I will categorize this number as integer, that is without a decimal, and next is floating point, this is with a decimal. Floating point is with a decimal. Floating point means decimal only, right? So the way of representing decimal number is approach is called as floating point. So this you will understand later. So now I have two type of numbers, integer and floating point. This is how not just C++, all the programming languages, present day programming languages like C, C++, Java, C#, Python, anything you take, they differentiate the data like this. And floating point is a standard. All machines follow the same method for representing decimal point. Then next, coming on to this side, that is characters. So here, if I write name, that is Mark, or Anil, these are the names, or name of a place, Delhi, right? Or any word, program is a word. So it may be a name of a person, it may be a name of a place, or it may be any word from dictionary. These are nothing but characters. So actually character is just single letter. Single letter is a character, right? But together they are forming it as a string. So we call this as string in our program. So string is nothing but collection of alphabets or characters that are forming a single entity, that is a string. So string may be a name of a person or a word or any word from dictionary or so on. So this is represented as string. So if I talk about programming languages, they support character type also, and collection of characters is nothing but a string. So individual character also and the collection of characters, both are supported by languages. So in C++ both are supported. Now one thing, as I said that these numbers has to be represented in binary, then what about the characters? They are also represented in binary. Binary means it's a numeric. Then these are characters. So yes, there are some codes used for representing characters that we will learn when we talk about characters. So this is about different data types we use in daily life, and I have categorized these daily use data type into the data types that use in our programs. Now let us come to the next point. See, this type of data has to be stored in the memory so that program can work on it. So let us discuss upon this point. So I will remove this and I will discuss. When it comes to memory, memory is defined or represented in terms of bytes. So 1 byte, if I take 1 byte, is nothing but collection of 8 bits. So these are 8 bits. So it's a collection of 8 bits. And data is stored in the form of zeros and ones in this one. So whatever the form of bits may be. Now this binary form, we say it's a data. Now the question is, if you want to store integer type data, shall we take just 1 byte? So in 1 byte, what is the maximum number that we can store? That is, minimum is 0 and the maximum is 255. So largest number is 255. I cannot have bigger figures. Yes. Then shall we take more than 1 bytes? Yes. Shall we take 2 bytes or 4 bytes? So that's it. So this you will learn in the next video, that is integer, how many bytes it will take and what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value it will store. These are the type of things that you will learn in the coming video. Okay, so I'll give you the detailed explanation of all the data types that are available in C++. So the same way we will learn integer type of data, how much memory it takes, how many bytes it will take, right? So how many bytes, and float type of data, how many bytes it will take, and character type of data, how many bytes it takes, and how it is represented in the memory. We will learn about this. So if you have the clear idea about the data types, then you can use them properly for storing your data. So this was about size. Now next important thing about variable, I will discuss little bit about variable. So once we learn about the data types in the coming videos, then later on we will learn how to take data or store data in the program. Suppose I want integer type data. Okay, I will say integer. Then where do you store data? So for that we declare variable. Say that I want A, B, C. So I'll get 3 variables depending on the number of bytes taken by integer. If integer is taking 2 bytes, then I get 2 bytes for each. And if they are taking 4 bytes, I'll get 4 bytes for each. So I'll get the variables like this. And then we will use this variable name in our programs, like saying A assign 10 or B assign 5, then C assign A plus B. We do it like this. We perform the operation, store the data. So 10 is stored in this one and 5 is stored in this one and the result is stored in this one. So that's how in our programs we use the names of the variable that is stored in the memory. So we don't use the memory addresses, but we use the names. So that is the concept of variable. So a variable is used for storing data. This is used for storing data. Then next, what type of data? You must mention the type of data also. Based on that, we can have the value of that data type. See, this integer doesn't allow decimal, so we can use only integer. If you want float, then declare it as float, then you can store float numbers also. So these concepts, we will learn them in detail in coming videos. This was just an introduction. So continue with the next video and you learn details about data types.